now Miami, I think maybe they've slipped just a bit from where they were a season ago. They're a team that typically figures it out as the season goes on.
And granted, it's hard to stay at the very top of the standings, but you know, the playoffs are a whole different story. They're a team with playoff experience under their belts. They've got lots of confidence. I think they'll be just fine.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Wade out on the wing with Granger, McRoberts at the 4 with Bosch at center, and it's Cole and it's the 1. The shot's good from the Beast.
Well, there's been a lot of noise about this team lately, rumblings, if you will, talk about
I'm hungry.
some changes if they don't start winning games.
And you know, there have been talks behind closed doors, but this is a game where they can come out and make a statement, get things back on track, if you will.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
All pass to the net. Wall attacking. Nice pass. Running to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And the layup just gift wrapped right there. I mean, he had a clear path to the basket.
And Cole kicks to Granger. Oh, that's blocked. Outside, Wall. And there's the pass to the Beast. And Washington again with the bucket. Here's Cole. He had 25 points in the win against the Lakers. He dishes it to Granger. Inside to Bosch. Blocked. And here's Pierce, averaging 14 points a game. Pass to the Beast. Kicks to the wall. The Beast passes to Beal. Shot clock at 6. Kept alive by Washington. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for... One.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first time.
The Wizards shooting their first free throw of the night. Nene, no good on the free throw.
Nene, a 6'11" Brazilian big man, strong, quick footing with a nice touch. He's a quality two-way player. And for him, as is the case with a lot of players, it's about help. Over the course of his 12-year career, he's missed almost a third of available games due to injury.
The Beast, and it comes off the front of the rim. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Wade kicks to Granger. Knocked away. And is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. On defense, the Wizards. A drive by Wade. At 6. Here is McRoberts, covered by Wall. And that one's good. So for the Wizards, their last game a loss to the Bulls.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line to make a difference.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanked off the rim. They were letting you hear about that.
And so it's Washington with it after Dwayne Wade's miss. Outside, Wall. Here's with the screen on Wade. It's Beal on the wing. Jacks up a 3. A rebound by McRoberts.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point
setting the pick for Pierce. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Beal kicks the wall. Passes to the Beast. Puts it up. Nice touch on the shot from close range. The Beast's got 6 points.
Those are the kinds of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. It's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce backs.
Wizards leading by 4. There's a good screen. Pass to Beal. That's the 3-5. That doesn't go either for Beal. Looking at Miami, they took their win in their last game against Los Angeles.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easy.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against a defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
To the paint, here's the Beast. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Wizards have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early. That free throw good from the Beast. No good on the second free throw. The Heat trailed by 3.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, polarizing teams. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. So either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and become just a huge draw around the NBA. Now here's a look at some stats for John Wall. Breakdown since the All-Star break. He's averaging 16 points, 6 assists. Just solid all-around performances we've been seeing from him. Right at the level we expect.
Yeah, we've seen him play better, but those are still numbers that are pretty superb by any measure.
And now with the Big Three era coming to an end, Miami now perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but Clark, they are still at the forefront of the league scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title threat. There's just too much talent on this roster. For the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
Washington with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket. Right side Wall. 18 feet away and he knocks it down.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Miami trailing. Wade with it. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. To the middle. Cole dishes the buck. And it's good. Bosh has got 6 points.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball.
The name. Shot misses. And the Heat going the other way now. Wade passes to McRoberts. Wade kicks to Cole. Back to Wade. Lets it go with a 3. McRoberts' shot is good. 7 points in the game.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now here's Wall. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Chicago.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Now Wade following the 3-point attempt by Pierce. Good ball movement here by Miami. A nice shot by Granger.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
Well, it's become one of the stories of the first half, Clark, just piling up points in the paint.
Beal, the pass to the Beast. And they get it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. Let's go to our 2K leaderboard. 3-point shooting, where you expect to see some high percentages from the shooting guard position. And that's just what this group has provided. Bradley Beal, 3rd.
These are the gunners, guys. They've got the green light at all times because we know what they can do beyond the arc.
Freedom given is freedom earned, Steve. By putting up those kinds of numbers, they've earned their freedom. And in that position, you got a job to do, and they do it well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Nene. Webster comes in for Paul Pierce. And Miller's subbed in for Bradley Beal. Out to the right wing. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Webster's got his first 2 points. The Heat leading by 3.
Martell Webster in the second season of a 4-year deal. Signed with the Wizards. He's a really good combo player. He can shoot and he can defend. And with that size on the wing, he's a valuable asset to any team.
Here's Wall. The Heat getting the bucket. Gortat with the screen for Wall. Webster. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Webster's got his second basket of the night. Now Wade looking for his first basket still in this one. Can't hit. Good D by Miller.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the board.
Yeah, and even though it's early, I mean, that's a great sign for them for the rest of the game.
Here's the Beast. 17 points for him last game against the Bulls in Chicago.
He also had 3 blocks in that game. He was playing so hard and making so many plays defensively. That was impressive.
Now here's Wade. After the miss from the Beast, and it's Wade penetrating. Anderson, a screen on Gortat. Haslam dishes to Anderson. Lets it go with a 3. And that one's good.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Now here's Wall. Now averaging 17 points a game. There's a screen by Gortat. 11 feet away. A rebound by Anderson. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Yeah, that's the right move. Get a good possession here, play deep. I like the effort, son.
I'm feeling it, coach.
He's checked in for the Beast. Wizards trailed by 13. The Beast in its center. Beal teams up with Pierce on the perimeter. Chris Humphries is out there with Miller. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. Now, here is Humphries, averaging 6 points per contest. And you can count it, he'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, put it in the hole, tremendous play.
Here's Cole, right now averaging 11 points a game. Granger gets to McRoberts. An easy layup after coming off the pick. McRoberts has got 9.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas. And the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Miller, the pass to the Beast. And it's Miami with the rebound. Last time they met was in Miami.
And in that first matchup, they got absolutely manhandled on the board. So they're going to have to do a much better job tonight in the paint if they're going to win this game.
Back to what Steve just said, in terms of rebounding, they did not have a good time of it when they spurred off previously.
And once things started to go bad for them, guys, they did go bad. I mean, they were that much less aggressive on the glass, and that's a no-win formula. Norris Cole played his college ball at Cleveland State, but was a state champion at Dayton Dunbar High School. He was a quick scoring guard who the Heat bring in off the bench, not only to push the tempo offensively, but to provide real havoc defensively. The past few weeks, let's see how Washington stacks up. First in blocks, 6th in fewest turnovers per game. And they're in the top half of the league when it comes to limiting opponents' offense as well.
And to me, what jumps out is the blocks, because they're an intimidating team. They really control the paint. They like to physically dominate their opponent. And when they do that, they get a lot of block shots. Obviously, it gives their defense a ton of confidence.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Kevin, after opting out of the last 2 years and $42 million of his contract, Wayne Wade re-signed with the Heat for 2 years at about $31 million. Kevin, if he hadn't already solidified his place as the most beloved player in Miami Heat history, giving up over $10 million to help the team compete has to seal the deal.
Incredible, Doris. He said home is where the heart is. It's great to hear. Thanks. The Heat leading by 11. And Norris Cole, Steve, more a scoring guard than a playmaker.
He picks the spots, Kevin. Still searching for that efficiency offensively that would put him over the top, but really found a niche for himself alongside Wade in Miami.
Now, here is Miller. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Just 5 on the clock. It's tipped. And again, shot good from the beast.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
Miami's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Nene, he's checked in for Washington.
Set himself apart. You see how he matches up numbers-wise. He's putting up 14 points a night, 6 assists, 3 rebounds. And he's really been pulling his weight. We're finding his name in a lot of different columns in the box score.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. He also wants them to concentrate on working as a team at the offensive end. Passing, patience, and teamwork. Those were the messages. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime.
How is everyone?
Doris. Now here's Granger. A 23-point game for him in the win against the Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, he really set up shop with that foul line. I mean, they could not do anything with him defensively, and so they had to keep fouling.
Here's Miller. After Danny Granger's bucket. Miller dishes to Pierce. Here's Miller. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 6 to shoot. Shot is good, and he threes. Down to 7 on the bucket for Beal.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
Bosch, a screen on Miller. Granger drives in, uses the glass to finish the layup. Granger's got 4 points this quarter.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
To the inside. Here's the break. And that's a foul called on the Beast.
And another foul would give him 3 before the half, something to keep our eyes on.
Here's McRoberts. And he takes that one up and powers it through. An indication there of why the scoreboard looks like it does. Very passive defense.
But the finish was anything but passive.
He hammered that down, Clark. Superb above the rim action. Well, if you remember early in Eric Spoelstra's coaching career, he was new and the big three were assembled. There was some questions about Spoelstra's command, maybe even within the team. Those questions are long gone now. He has become an excellent head coach.
Both free throws good for Miller.
Andre Miller with 15 seasons under his belt. He says he thinks he could play until he's 40. And I'll tell you, with his style of play, it doesn't seem like a stretch. He's low to the ground and plays with a craftiness that really doesn't require a ton of speed.
Andre Miller is really a crafty ball handler. It's amazing the numbers he's produced over his career without being a high flyer, without being super fast. What he is highly skilled, smart, tough, durable. Uses changes of speed. The strength he has served him well as a post-up guard and also in being able to play through contact in the lane.
Beal can't get it to go.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that three-point attempt there.
Well, for a guy that shoots like he does, I'd say that is an easy look.
Wizards trailed by 10. Steve, you talked about Miller's strength and his deceptiveness. One of the best post-up point guards in the NBA.
And maybe the best over the course of his career. He's got that little bank shot from the mid-post, unbelievable footwork, spin moves. He's got all the tricks. Now the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
And they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
Haber kicks to Granger. The pass to Nate. And the beast. Misses off the left iron. Here's Napier. 9 points in the game so far. He feeds it to Cole. Inside to Bosch. And is out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Well, if the pressure's increased in the second half of the season, you would know it from looking at these numbers these wingmen have put up from the free throw line since All-Star. Fifth on the list, Danny Granger.
Well, there's some smooth strokes among that group, guys. What else can you say?
As a coach, you want your small forwards to be aggressive in getting to the basket. I mean, that's a must. And with these players, whether they draw the foul or get a layup out of it, it's a win-win.
Washington making some changes. Webster comes in. And a new group getting ready for Miami. Chris Anderson is checked in for Bosch. Haslam comes in for Josh McRoberts. And he's checked in for Danny Granger. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Norris Cole. Now here's Beal. Last time out he had 14 points. Here's Webster. Here's the Beast. Second shot opportunity. That's good. The Beast's got 8 points in the quarter.
Fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number one.
Here's Napier, averaging 10 points per contest. Now Haslam inside, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Wizards making a switch here. Gortat's checked in. So it's Miami now. Wade has the open look. Hits the jumper in space. And the Heat lead by 10.
They had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
For Washington, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Out to the wing. Gortat with the screen for Webster. Traps in the tray. Webster's got his third basket of the night.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Now here's Wade. Right now averaging 21 points a game. The feet to Haslam, and it's blocked by Gortat. And here's the fast break. Beal beating the Wagner. Anderson with the block.
Not sure if they're aware of the 2-for-1 opportunity they have.
Well, they need to be.
Ennis misses.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Wade passes to Ennis. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. A rebound by the Beast. The Beast's got 8 rebounds in this game. Outside, Walker. From deep three-point range, and beyond the arc, and then some. Wolf got 7 points in the game. Tight game here as we end the first half. Heat out front, up by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Some ground for you to make up, no doubt, here in the first half. What are the areas you need to improve on to get back even here?
I think we just need to step our energy level up a little bit. We seen him moving around like we were playing under one.
Okay, guys, we got a few minutes here. Let's go over a few things before we get going again. Nice work coming off the bench, guys. Great energy, great offense. We really got to show our depth in the first half. We were able to make an impact with our low post offense. Let's continue to exploit those good mismatches in the paint. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. This is a very tough opponent, and we've got a difficult half in front of us. But I've got all the faith in the world in you guys. I know you can get this done.
rebound, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
Well, you have to protect the rim, Clark. You know that. And when you do that as well as he has today, it really bodes well for your team.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Norris Cole and Dwayne Wade combine at guard. Nick Roberts at the 4 with Bosch at center. And it's Granger in at the 3. Now here's Wall. Benet setting the pick for Wall. They set the pick. It's Beal on the wing. Shot clock at 5. That's good. Beal's got the first bucket of the third here for Washington.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break gave him a second win. He looks fresh.
Here's Wade. Rebound by the Wizards. The Beasts got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Well, the way Wade played early on his career, guys, how aggressively he attacked the rim and sacrificed his body, you knew that kind of play style would not last. And so, Steve, it looks like maybe he's adjusted.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, but he's become more cerebral. He's also, in terms of attacking the rim, it doesn't happen as frequently, but he picks his spots.
Now here's Pierce. Looking for his first basket, so in this one. To tie. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Paul Pierce, a 16-year veteran, and last season his first not in a Celtics uniform. It took some getting used to, both for him and for us.
Well, you just had to love the reception for Pierce and KG in their first game back in Boston. No surprise there. The fans there, some of the best in the league, and they showered those guys with tremendous love, cheers, and appreciation. Well deserved for what they've contributed as Celtics and certainly as NBA.
That one drops. He ties it up. And Steve, no less than the great Celtic John Havlicek dubbing Paul Pierce as the greatest one-on-one scorer in Celtics history.
Yeah, the 10th overall pick back in 1998. What a find. I mean, you could argue that he and Dirk Nowitzki were the 2 best players drafted that year.
Here is Wall, following the basket by Chris Bosh. Beal against Wade to the paint.
That foul gives him 4, so he's just 2 away from being Dairy Queen.
And the first one at the line is good. All free throws good from the Beast. Ryan has gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Bosh, a screen on Beal. Wade kicks to Granger. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 6 assists here tonight. Washington trailing. Outside, Wall. Pass to the Beast. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Bosh.
You've got to like what they've been doing down there in the low post, Clark.
I do. I love it. Their rebounding has been outstanding. So important in a tight game.
Seems like he's gotten every single rebound today.
Class leading at its finest. I mean, you're not going to see a guy with 20-plus boards too often. That's an impressive number.
Nice ball movement by Washington. Pierce dishes the Wall. And Beal kicks to Pierce. Beal with it. Wade picks him up. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to see which teams have been the best in the rebounding department since the All-Star break. In 4th, the Heat.
Well, they've gotten a fresh start since that break, Kevin. They're like a new team when it comes to rebounding the ball. They've got charged up and revved up to rebound.
Miller's checked in for Beal. Now Granger. Following the 3-point attempt by John Wall. And it's Miller penetrating. Takes it off the glass. Miller's got it all tied up now for Washington. Third quarter of basketball here in just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And checking out Washington, down 5 spots from them.
Well, right now for the Wizards, their season hasn't been terrible. It's been fairly pedestrian. A few times it's looked like they're about to turn the corner, but they just haven't been able to sustain that winning momentum.
And I'm not quite sure why that is, because I think they've got the talent to be among the league leaders, but it looks to me like it's not going to happen for them this year.
Here is McRoberts, following the basket by Andre Miller. It's Bosh, that time on the assist by McRoberts. 14 points for Chris Bosh.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Now here's Wall. He's got 7. Here's the Beast. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Nene. And Miami with a change here too. Anderson, he's checked in for Chris Bosh. The Heat have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Cole kicks to Granger. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Paul Pierce.
Danny Granger dealing with injuries over the last few seasons. His shooting percentages have waned, but we know what a clutch scorer he can be when he's right. Now feeling better, we're seeing some of that spring in his step.
And he's good on the second.
Well, Danny Granger in his prime, a 25-point-per-game scorer and an all-star. Knee troubles have conspired to hold him back over the last couple of seasons. Still an effective role player, but just not the star that he once was.
Here's Cole after the made shot from the Beast. Cole, the pass to Wade. From about 19 feet, and drops. Wade's got 6 points. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
Great matchup. I mean, these two teams really match up well talent-wise. I'm enjoying this.
You recall, back in 2005, Danny Granger slipped to 17th on draft night because of concerns about his knee. Made it 7 seasons before that became a hindrance. Now he's trying to overcome it in the latter stages of his career.
Wizards making a switch here. Webster's checked in. Now here's Wade. 6 points for him. Good on the shot.
Can't let him that close to the basket. It's almost a guaranteed finish when he gets into the paint.
Outside, Wall. He kicks to Miller. Outside, Webster. That's good. It's Miller with the assist. Webster's got 10 points in the game. And Granger, at one time the franchise player for the Pacers. But with their cap situation, Steve, the writing was on the wall.
Well, a new team and a new situation. You know, when healthy, Danny Granger is still an impact player. Really, at this stage of his career, though, he's best served in a reserve role.
Outside, Wall. Passes it to the Beast. The kick out to Wall. Trying to get open to Seraphin. And again, Washington with the triple.
Back-to-back threes for him. Defense is slacking off a little.
It does look like their energy is lacking at this point.
Here's Wade. Shot is off. Good D by Miller.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
It's Webster outside. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Wade. You know what? Now Washington takes it the other way. And following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Bucks at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip.
A lot of stuff going on around the league. The game I'm looking forward to is the Bucks. I think that should be a close one.
Webster dishes the Wall. Just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. Chris Anderson pulls it in. Anderson's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Granger gets to McRoberts. Cole, the pass to Anderson. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Wade dishes to Cole. Here's McRoberts. Miami Miami no good on that time either. For Washington, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Outside, Wall. Here's the screen. Miller kicks to Wall. Back to Miller. On the pass to the Beast. Feeds it to Webster. There's the three. Miami grabs the miss. Wade drives in. And he gets it to go. Wade's got 6 points in the quarter. Guys, what a back and forth game this has been.
You know what? You're right. Neither side has been able to hang on to the lead for any kind of time at all.
Yeah, you're right. But 7 each.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Ball and Beal together in the backcourt. Pearson and Ney filling up the forward spots. And it's Gortat in a center position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. 2 shots. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement. They've also jumped on any opportunity they've had to attack the basket tonight. I mean, excellent penetration.
The Beast is checked in for the Wizards. And Miami with a change here, too. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Udonis Haslem. And McRoberts kicks to Napier. And it's rejected. They get it back. Cole. That 3 off the mark.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure. Because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
The offense is getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul. That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
Free throw drops for Napier. And both free throws good for Napier.
Boy, his free throw shooting, just another reason he's such a good all-around player.
Outside, Wall. Over to the wing. Here's the Beast. He's covered by Bosch. Count that one. And now, 24 points for the Beast.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. They worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
Yeah, and that's their goal down the stretch. Continue to find those close-range shots.
Good, nice play there from Napier. And the Heat lead by 5.
Nice soft touch to drop that one in.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Renee setting the pick for Pierce. Dishes to Nene. It's deflected. Beal. Second chance effort. And yet the lane is good that time from the Beast. The Beasts got 4 points this quarter.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
Bosch, the screen. Here's Cole. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
Solid screen right there that freed him up for the jump shot.
Wizards trailed by 5. Ball kicks to the net. Here's the Beast. He's covered by Bosch. And it's Miami with the rebound. Nick Roberts has got 7 rebounds in the game. And Cole kicks to Nick. Bosch, a screen on Pierce. Shoots from the baseline. The Wizards have gone just 33% for the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Pass to the Beast. Nene trying to get open. No good from the Beast. The Heat leading by 5. Here's Cole. Granger passes to McRoberts. Looks for Bosch. Gets it to him.
How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yeah, you got that right.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's the Beast. Rebound by Napier. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Rebound by the Wizards.
That's a a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Passes it to the Beast. Outside for Beal. Here's the Beast. He's covered by Bosch. Here's the Beast. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. The Beast's got 12 points here in the second half. The Heat leading by 5. Wade, he's checked in for interview. Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
In on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He gave his guys the green light to keep firing from downtown, telling them, listen, I like the work you're doing out there. Keep finding those gaps in the perimeter. They're giving us open shots.
And after that last game, Clark, I'm not surprised to see him so hot. He's got it rolling right now.
Ball passes to the Beast. Ranger against Pierce. And the Ney has it in the corner. From the arc. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, big margin for them in the rebounding department. They completely dominated the boards here.
That one goes. Count. And now a 9-point Heat lead.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Outside Pierce.
Paul Pierce, at one time a franchise talent and an elite two-way player, now a self-described role player. He's a heck of a good one, too. Great score, shoot, drive, and get to the line.
And Paul Pierce has always loved those elbows.
Yeah, he's such a good ball handler. So crafty in getting to his spots and able to put the defense on his heels. Not overly athletic. He's never once overwhelmed you with athleticism. Man, can he play some basketball.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Wall dishes to Beal. Here's the Beast. He's covered by Bosch. Here's the Beast. Second chance shot, and he sinks the layup. The Beast's got 30.
I'll tell you what, he's had an excellent game, and they're going to have to continue to rely on him if they're going to come back.
Granger against Pierce. Bosch hits the pick for Granger. And there's another one for the Heat.
You know, they've been able to depend on his offense all game long, guys. He's drained a lot of shots out here.
And between now and the horn, Steve, the ball should be in his hands as much as possible if they want to continue to build this lead.
And Wall kicks it in the net. A drive by Wade. The dish to Bosch. Shoots. And Pierce pulls it down. Pierce has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Boy, they needed that last rebound. They haven't done well on the boards overall, but that one was huge.
Still fighting for the winning. Ball passes to Pierce. At the Wall. And it's sent back by Bosch. Here's Cole. Over to the wing. Bosch drives in.
You know, Bosch is playing really well. He's got 21 points and also a block shot. Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
Just making it look effortless as well.
And he knocks down the first one. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Chris Bosch, in some ways, has been the overlooked, underrated member of the Big Three in Miami, but extremely
Nice to meet you. I'm Picky.
defensively, but with LeBron gone now, he becomes more of a focal point offensively.
Nene, the screen. It's Wall with the drive. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Defense just has to fight over the top of those screens.
Especially when the ball is in his hand. I mean, he doesn't miss too many open shots.
Wade outside. He dishes it to Chris Bosh.
Impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, they're giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it.
Wall dishes to Pierce. Fires the three. Tries again. Here's the beast. No luck. Nice D from Bosh.
He still couldn't finish, even though it looked like he had a lane to the rim. But too often, that's the story for him.
Rangers spring on the net. And Cole kicks to Wade. Pass to McRoberts. Releases. Offensive rebound. Bosh uses the glass to finish the layup. Bosh has got 13 points now in the quarter.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. A statement victory for Miami.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, Clark, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
Yeah, it was a team that was really in sync. They trusted each other and took the right shots.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And they can breathe a sigh of relief now that they're on their way to a win here and have avoided losing all 4 games of the season series.
Would have been a hard pill to swallow if they hadn't pulled it out, that's for sure.
Another shot. A nice shot by Granger. And the Heat lead by 16.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
Beal from long range. That's good. Now Wade. So Miami takes this one by a big
Okay, I've been thinking.
That's never a good thing.
Huh. Funny guy. That's why I like you so much. Always keeping it light. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Anyway, you're really starting to make a name for yourself. So with more eyeballs on you, I think it's time for you to start doing a little more to really stand out.
All right.
You know, get the word-of-mouth machine churning.
So what are you thinking?
You need to start doing pregame rituals. You know, LeBron's got the chalk toss, KG headbutts the stanchion. You know, something to get the people buzzing about you. Keep your name trending.
Yeah, I like the idea of creating something that people can associate with me. That's cool.
Oh, good. Well, I'll let you think about it, pick one out, and I look forward to seeing it debut before the next game.
Welcome, everyone, to the Bradley Center. We're in downtown Milwaukee, the home of the Bucks, where we'll be broadcasting today's live action. This game in Milwaukee marks the start of a homestand for the Bucks. Look at this team, third from last in the East, just not the way they had hoped this season would play out.
Fellas, I really think it's a difficult job they've got ahead of them. I mean, anytime a team gets into a funk like the one they're in, getting out of it is really hard. They've seemed a little bit scattered to me lately. I'd like to see them form a better game plan and then stick with it, stick to the script.
But it's so hard to do, Clark, as you know, when you start heading south at mid-season, the momentum just can grab you and take you underneath the ground. I mean, that's what's happening with this club. They are losing their confidence, their poise, and I don't know that they're going to be able to get it turned around.
And now Washington starting group. Ball and Beal together in the backcourt. Pearson and Nene filling up the forward spots, and it's the Beast in at the 5. Knight kicks to Parker. He dishes it to Henson. Comes up empty down low. Well, one issue facing the Bucks in Milwaukee, the aging Bradley Center, built back in 1988. Both ownership and the league have said the team needs more arena.
Yeah, agreed. They've looked for public financing. Unfortunately, after years of losing and lacking really any star power, the fan supporters trailed off.
And here is Knight, following the three-pointer by John Wall. Knight kicks to Parker. Back to Knight. 5 to shoot. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Knight's got his first basket of the night.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Outside, Wall. Passed in a Nene. A jump hook, and the shot is good. Nene's got his second basket of the night. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter basketball. Now, here is Knight. This game he had 10 points. In low to Sanders. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession. Parker. Shot clock at 6. Here's Mayo. That one wide left. Wizards have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Wall dishes to Beal. Wizards passing it around. Outside Pierce. The feed now to Nene. Offline with the baseline jumper.
That's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Knight passes to Sanders. Back to Knight. Dishes to Sanders. Lets it go from 14. And it's Sanders missing again.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Nene kicks to Pierce. Wall dishes to Pierce. Lets the three fly. Here's the Beast. Nice work on the board. Staying off with the basket.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
And Milwaukee has possession. It's a 5-point game. Moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
You know, you can point to their shooting percentage in the low 30s, guys, if you're looking for the reason that game didn't go their way.
Yeah, I think it's almost impossible to win a game when you're posting a number like that, Steve. I mean, it's just not going to happen. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
All with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami. Nene setting the pick for Wall. And it's Nene, top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. Washington needs to get a shot off here. They grab their own miss. And he gets it to go.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
Now here's Mayo. averaging 14 points a game. No good with the wing jumper.
What was the defense doing there? And he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Ball, and there's the rejection. Knight passes to Sanders. And here is Knight. Sanders with a screen on Pierce. Mayo into the lane, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. Mayo's got his second bucket of the night.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problems getting it off and knocking it down.
All right, a chance to check out stats for O.J. Mayo. Now the second half is shaped up for him. He's getting around 12 points a game, 3 assists. Not the kind that are going to earn a lot of extra minutes for him either.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if he wants to play a bigger role, a larger role on the team, those numbers are going to have to be better than just decent.
Now here's Wall. Right now averaging 17 points a game. Stolen by Henson. And here's the fast break. Knight leading the way. It's O.J. Mayo on the wing. Yes, and Knight misses that time. And that's now 6 points for O.J. Mayo. For Washington, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark.
Brandon Knight spent 1 season in Kentucky, now in his 4th season in the NBA. Still young and a hard worker. Fearless on the court. I think a lot of upside still there for him. Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
I had a chance to catch up with Jason Kidd. One player we discussed in detail is the young Bradley Beal. He said, I was a fan of his game from watching him at Florida. His combination of outside shooting and slashing make him a very tough cover. We're going to put pressure on him and try to take the ball out of his hands. And Kevin, Beal's such an intriguing talent. We'll see if he's able to put up some big numbers.
Thank you, Doris. Shot by Mayo is no good. We talk about Brandon Knight's scrappiness. He ended up on some posters trying to make the right defensive play.
I think you and everybody else remembers that DeAndre Jordan dunk. But you got to give him credit. He was trying to make a defensive play and ended up getting posterized. But I like his effort to get into the floor.
And the foul on John Henson. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Chris Middleton's checked in for John Henson. Antetokounmpo comes in for Parker. Bayless is checked in for O.J. Mayo. And Walters checks in for Knight. And then for Washington, Gortat's checked in for Nene. Webster comes in for Paul Pierce. And Miller's subbed in for John Wall. Here's Walters after the made shot from Bradley Beal. Sanders with a screen on Miller. And Walters kicks to Sanders. Here's Antetokounmpo. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got his first points in this one.
Boy, beautiful assist. That's a couple of teammates clearly on the same page.
Miller dishes to Webster. Outside for Beal. Launches a 3. And Martell Webster hits from deep. Webster's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Heat.
And it wasn't just bad shooting. They weren't getting good looks. The offense wasn't clicking, no ball movement, very stagnant performance.
Yeah, I agree. The reason for that, I think, was their movement away from the ball. Not very crisp.
Here's Miller after the basket by Larry Sanders. Off the screen. Gortat misses.
Couldn't convert. Nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Sanders with a screen on Miller. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Marcin Gortat.
Well, you know, Chris Middleton, an isolation scorer back.
That's it.
And you know this now is
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. So on the floor for Washington, the Beast, he's in at center. All out there with Miller. And it's Webster. And it's Humphries in at the 4 spot. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. Buries the long-range jumper. Middleton, not an elite athlete, a little tougher creating his own shot perhaps at the NBA level.
Yeah, but at 6'8", with that nice high release, great touch, he has some versatility in that regard. It's all about efficiency, and with time, he may look to be more aggressive.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Wall. Good. And Miller gets the assist. And it's 8 points for John Wall.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Here's Mayo. 9 points in the game so far. Tied for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. The Beasts got 6 rebounds in the game.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Now here's Webster, covered by Parker. Humphries, no good.
That's what they call the $1 million move with a 10-cent finish.
Knight passes to Parker. And a miss there on the triple.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And stolen by Mayo. And now it's Mayo running. He can go all the way.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Outside, Wall. Up to the right wing. It's up a 3. And yes, sir, that one drops. Wall's got the lead up to 5 now.
ZZZZ.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. Open jump shot off the mark. All with it, and it's Knight picking him up. Now Wall. He's got 11. Over to the wing. It's Webster outside, and Henson pulls it down. Milwaukee's got into trouble with the throw ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Knight. It's blocked. Wall with it, working on Henson, and it's Wall. That time the assist by Miller. And that's 13 points for John Wall.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
Parker sets the screen for Knight. There's the pick. He feeds it to Henson. The kick out to Mayo. Buries the long-range jumper. Mayo's got 14 points for the game.
What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first.
For the Wizards, Nene comes in for Chris Humphries. And it's Pierce in for Webster. Wall passes to the Beast. Back to Wall. And that one's good.
Well, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through. And it's not something they should get away from.
Bucks trailed by 6. Now here's Mayo. 9-point game was last outing. Henson sets a screen for Mayo. Kicks to Middleton. Down low. Outside Mayo. Inside. And that'll be Milwaukee as it goes out of bounds. Bucks retain possession.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Mayo's got 10 points in the quarter.
They can't afford to give him that kind of look.
Well, it came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to fight over the top of that.
Nene with the screen on Knight. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Bucks trail. Mayo drives in. Blocked. Carter kicks to Mayo. Middleton dishes to Knight. Passes it to Mayo. Back to Knight. He kicks to Middleton. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
That's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If the shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, for the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, basketball enabled him to lift his family from poverty in Greece, but his motivation goes beyond the financial. He said, "I'm addicted to this game. It's my life." And then added, "I don't want to be a good player. I want to be a great one." Kevin, he's on his way.
Tremendous potential, Doris. Thank you. Benet setting the pick for Wall. Right side, Pierce. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Pierce has got his first points of the night. So it's the Bucks now. They trail by 3. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Parker kicks tonight. Here's Middleton. That's good. The assist that time from Knight. All with it. 15 points in the game. Is off. Good D by Parker. Milwaukee has gone to a 3-pointer 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times.
Jabari Parker, a self-described obedient kid growing up in Chicago, maintained a 3.7 GPA in high school. He went so far as to say he had low self-esteem in his younger days. You don't often hear about that, but it's a reality. Believe me, I see these guys. They often aren't as confident. There's no reason for this guy to doubt his worth now, especially on the basketball court. This looks like a pregame shoot-around.
Great job shutting him down.
Embarrassing.
First game as we wrap up the second quarter. Wizards lead by 5. And time now to go.
The only accurate way to describe your interior defense was down. Were you looking to set a tone with all of those block shots?
All right, fellas, still anyone's ball game right now. A few things from the first half. At the offensive end of the floor, it's been a very intelligent display. We're hitting our shots because we're only taking smart shots, and that's the way we want to do it. I'll give you a compliment, though. The ball movement's been excellent. Love how many buckets we're getting off assists.
What they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out away here in the third. Really an incredible game from O.J. Mayo.
He has that slasher mentality, guys. We saw all the evidence of that in the first half as he continually got to the rim and scored.
Yeah, he had the jetpack on today, Steve. Going back and defending no matter who they put on.
Up front, it's Henson and Sanders. At the 2 and the 3 are Mayo and Parker. And it's Knight in at point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. Beal from long range. That is good. Beal's got the first field goal of the second half for Washington. Bucks trailed by 8. Pass to Sanders. To Mayo. All again tonight. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Boy, and just battled through that initial impact and somehow willed it in.
Excellent concentration. That's what you like to see.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, he rarely misses from the line. He's at 87% on the year. So as a team, you'd love to have him on the strike.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Here's the pass to the Beast. Goes up with it. That's good. The Beast's got his third bucket of the night.
Gotta love
of the low post offense. That was beautiful.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 49% on the game. I'll take that. Here's Parker. And another basket for Milwaukee. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Feeds it to Pierce. Nene with the screen on Parker. Pierce attacking. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Wizards have been good at the line so far. 5 of 5.
When you look at the numbers for this season, guys, from the free throw line, you're shooting 77%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Here's Mayo. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Mayo's got 21.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. They've got good looks. They've made 3 out of 4.
And Wall kicks to Nene. Here's the Beast. Shot misses. Good D by Sanders. Bucks trailed by 4. Picked off in midair. The Beast passes to Wall. Here's the Beast. He's guarded by Knight. And he gets it to go. 8 points for the Beast.
Heads up, aggressive play right there. He saw the smaller man on him, took it straight to the basket.
Doris Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason Kidd was saying. He laid out their priorities for them, which began with his admonition that offensively they attack the basket at every opportunity. Something else he mentioned is that he's giving them the green light on offense. He wants to see a high volume of shots. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And now let's see which rookies have been leading the freshman class in steals since the All-Star break. The 4th spot held down by Jabari Parker. And, of course, the Beast.
You got to love the defense they've been playing since the halfway point. Clearly, the rookies a trick or two during the season.
Yeah, well, each of them has that terrific combination of quick hands and an equally quick mind. That's really come to light since the All-Star break.
It's Beal on the wing. Off the pick. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 3 assists now in this one. Bucks trailed by 6. And here is Knight. He's got 8. Sanders with a screen on Wall. Here's Knight. No up. Some solid defense from the Beast.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Wall's shot is off.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one.
Mayo dishing to Sanders. The pass to Parker. Knight in the corner. 6 to shoot. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. Here's Wall. 15 points in the game. The dish to Beal. Inside, it's deflected. Sanders with the steal. Knight kicks to Sanders. Over to the left wing. He dishes it to Mayo. Back to Sanders. Mayo into the lane. Shot clock at 6. Offensive rebound. Henson off target at the rim. Wizards leading by 4. Wall passes to Pierce. At the Wall. Pass to Pierce. Latrey. The rebound by the Bucks. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Yeah, that last meeting, they won the game, and remember, it was a huge day for the bench. They got some key points from their reserves.
Knight dishes to Parker. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Knight kicks to Sanders. Outside, Wall to the inside. And fouled hard great game for them in that regard.
Kevin, it really was. I mean, the depth they have was apparent on that day. I mean, there was no drop-off when they went to their bench. The coach has to be extremely confident knowing that his reserves can handle their weight.
The Bucks making a switch here. Middleton's checked in, and the Wizards making a change here as well. Miller's checked in for Paul Pierce. Here is Sanders, averaging 9 points per contest. Here's Knight, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on John Wall.
You look at what Brandon Knight has done so far. 10 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
And Washington making a change here. Webster's checked in. Washington leading now by 3. Now Miller, right now averaging 5 points a game. Pass to the Beast. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And now look at Brandon Knight here. Solid year underway for him. He's putting up 14 points a night, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he's been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out to me about his recent performance.
Well, you think about his intelligence, the court vision, both are outstanding. Those numbers are hardly a shock, as excellent as they are.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Onda Tacumbo comes in for Larry Sanders. And Nate Walters subbed in for O.J. Mayo. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. Bayless is checked in for Knight. So it's the Wizards now. 3-point lead. Oh, it's hard to argue with the effect John Henson has had on the basketball floor. 6'11" Clark with a 7'5" arm span. He obviously is a force defensive.
And a lot of that, Kevin, I think also has to do with how heady he is. He's got excellent timing and really an innate sense of when to rush in for the weak side shot.
That's a good point.
And he just seems to usually be in the right place at the right time. That's what we call basketball sense.
There's the feed to Walters. Dishes it to Henson. Second shot opportunity. No good. Nice deep from the Beast.
Just cannot find the rhythm. Still yet to hit a shot this quarter.
Miller outside to the left side wing. And Webster kicks to Miller. 5 on the clock. Walters with the rebound. Bucks trailed by 5. Moving it up. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense is not going to allow many easy layups. It'll make you earn it from the line.
The Bucks doing their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. First free throw is good.
They're locked in from the charity.
Nice work on D.
You're losing, you got to take advantage of every.
Both teams will make substitutions. 8 seconds left in the third. For the tie, cannot hit.
Well, I think he kind of alligator arm that one, short stroke. After doing a nice job to get open, he didn't finish the shot.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think? Yeah, for sure. This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like no idea what was going on.
What precision with that. Washington's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Wizards. Pearson and Nene filling up the forward spots. Miller is out there with Wall. And it's the Beast in at the 5 roaming the paint. Clock is at 3. Here's the teardrop. Good. Wall's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
They'll be counting on even more points from him. It's essential to pull this game out.
Mayo with a screen for Knight. Sanders with a screen on Wall. Kicks it to Mayo. hitch. Miller outside. Down low. Here's the beast. Tries again. And the layup is good. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 11 rebounds. Milwaukee's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. And there's the call on Nene. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Parker. Sanders sets the screen for Parker. Lock at 6. Shot denied. Now here is Miller. He feeds it the wall. They set the screen to take the lead, and it's good off the glass. Wall's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Mayo against Smith. Sanders with a screen on Miller. Mayo into the lane. He gets to Antetokounmpo. A 3. Rebound Washington. The Beasts got rebound number 13 for him here tonight.
Can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside. Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one for the Beast. He's got 13 rebounds and also 7 blocks. What a force he's been in the paint.
He's gotten himself into the air so often with block shots and rebound. He's really controlled that area.
And the Bucks making a change here. Benson's checked in. Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Right on the wing. Pass to Henson. Ball again tonight. Feeds to Henson. Ball with it. Now Mayo defending. And Wall kicks to the net. There's the pass to the Beast. 11 feet away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. Bucks trailed by 4. Here's Knight. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Getting to the stripe is something they've been doing a lot of in the second half, guys.
And when you're behind, I think that's a great strategy. Not only do you get easy points, but the clock stops as well.
He hits both from the stripe. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. The dish to Pierce, and the rejection by Sanders. Mayo, the pass to Sanders. The feed out to Parker. Henson sets a screen for Knight. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Knight's got it all tied up now for the Bucks.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
I tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Here's the Beast. Sanders covering. The Beast passes to Beal. There's a screen. And another miss by Washington.
Can't get a much better look than that, though.
Sure can't. Not one you'd expect him to miss there.
Mayo, that's good.
That is an elegant move to drop in the floater there, guys.
Wizards have gone 3 of 7 from the 4 in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Wall dishes to Beal. Puts up a baby hook, and that one's good. That's now 8 points for Nene. Now here's Mayo. Lets it go from 11. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
ZZZZ.
O.J. Mayo is smooth, long-range shooter with deep range. It's going. He can put up some big numbers.
And Mayo, 6'4", coming to the league. Sometimes he could play the point guard position.
Yeah, but he's not a great penetrator or playmaker. Those are 2 things you have to do as a point guard. I think he's truly a shooting guy.
Obvious foul
made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jason team. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seems like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
Wall up top. He started by Knight. Up to 5 from 18. And right through it goes. And that's 21 points for John Wall. The Bucks have gone 4 of 7 for the field since the beginning of the fourth. Knight with it. Sanders with a screen on Wall. Out to Parker from downtown. Nene pulls. Nene's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside, Wolf. He dishes it to Nene. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 3-point Washington lead.
They were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, at this stage, it's such a tight game. I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
Outside Mayo. 6 to shoot. The rebound by the Beast. The Beast's got 14, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. For 3, Pierce. Here's the Beast. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Bucks trailed by 6. And here is Knight. And they get it. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
For mid-range, it's been a very nice game for them. I mean, they've been finding the bottom of the net a lot.
And we're also seeing that power down low. A lot of good offensive moves down on the block.
Here's Beal. Shot is off. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Henson sets a screen for me. As tonight, Parker outside. From past the arc. Washington with the rebound. The Beast's got his 16th rebound on the night.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just 1 3-pointer in the first half, but still none in the second.
All with it. Now Mayo defending. Here's the Beast. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
Well, one of his issues is he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
And Henson kicks tonight. Mayo with a screen on Beal. 6 on the shot clock. Knight for 3. And the Bucks miss again.
I don't like throwing up long-range threes at this point. You've got to get better looks to try to close this gap.
Passes it to the Beast. It's Beal on the wing. The Wizards working the ball around now. Oh, trying for it. And stolen by Mayo. Dishes it tonight. 1:51 left in the fourth. Here's Parker with the 3. Tries again. Sanders. Rebounded by the Beast. Wizards leading by 5. Outside, Wall. And Beal kicks the wall. It's Pierce on the wing. Beyond the arc. Rebound, Milwaukee.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Knight with it. Now Beal defending. Wizards gain possession.
Tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Sanders with the steal. And they're running. High, arcing shot. Washington's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And the slam dunk by Wall. He is capable, Clark, of some incredible athleticism.
And we just got a chance to see it on full display right there.
Point guard who can finish like a power forward.
102 left to play in the final quarter. Right for 3. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Time for him to step up. Big three right there.
For Washington, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And the foul called on Brandon Young. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly. It's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work.
Beal, the pass to the beast. Shot clock at 6. Here's with a wide open look. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. It should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'll be almost impossible for them to blow the lead like this.
Great last-second decision. Pull that shot back and make the feed instead.
And they go to the intentional foul.
It's been a good night for Bill. He has 11 points and 6 assists.
He's making such good decisions with his passing and also being aggressive and getting to the line by drawing fouls.
Well, that's an excellent combo to have, I'll tell you that.
Milwaukee's got some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Mayo into the lane. Rebound, Washington.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Juwan Blake, he's checked in for Pierce. Humphreys comes in for Nene. Martell Webster, he's checked in for Beal. And Miller's subbed in for John Wall. Here comes Miller. And so it's the Wizards with the W. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. And a chance now to send you over Doris Burke standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, with the amount of blocks that she had and the way you protected the rim, were you able to send a message tonight about the league, about how tough this team is?
They didn't know. They better know now. That's how it's anyone. That's right, anyone who's trying to dunk on me in the game. Anybody. I lay out a red carpet and everything. Because it's all going in with me sitting in the middle into the 20th row. Believe that.
Well, thank you for your time, Kevin. We'll see what the rest of the league has to say about that.
Thank you, Doris. That about does it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long and thanks for watching. Now, here is our Jordan Player of the Game.
Hey, I know you saw me locking up out there, right?
No, I saw you doing what you're paid to do. Play good defense whenever you're on the court.
Oh, come on, man. Let me have this one. I did all the little things you always talk about. Hustle, effort, relentless.
Fair enough. Keep it up and the wins will follow.
That's right. It just feels good to get that W.
Always.
Joining us, everyone, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And back in Charlotte, following the road trip, it's the Hornets back on their home floor. And you look at this team, 12 games off the lead, but certainly a team that's won its share of games.
Well, there's no place like home, Kevin. It's always nice to be in familiar surroundings, around those that cheer for you, your family and friends. And home is home. There's no place like it.
While you're sleeping in your own bed, you're not flying into a new city and landing at 3 o'clock in the morning after playing a tough game. So you're much more comfortable. And you've got to take advantage of that and win some home games.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all filled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Wizards. Ball and Beal together in the backcourt. Pearson and Ney filling up the forward spots. And it's the Beast in at the 5 spot. First quarter of play, 1 minute played.
Al Jefferson is really a unique scorer inside. He doesn't shoot a lot of free throws. He doesn't tally that many assists. What he does do is make shots inside while taking great care of the basketball.
Hornets have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. And it's Stevenson again missing. On defense, Charlotte. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And if you look at their numbers in that game, what jumps out most is the balance offensively. They really spread the wealth.
And they were on fire in all areas. That was a very satisfying road win.
Now, here's Stevenson. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Stevenson drives in. Ryan Stevenson, the all-time leading scorer in the history of high school basketball in New York State. And That's something when you consider, Clark, the great players who came before him.
Yeah, to be at the top of that list says a lot about his high school career. He actually led Lincoln High School to an unprecedented 4 straight city basketball championships. There's a reason his nickname is Born Ready.
And for Stevenson, despite the high school accolades, questions about eligibility and off-the-court issues caused many colleges not to recruit him. After one season at Cincinnati, he slid to the second round of the draft, but he's really become quite a pro.
Deal with a screen on Walker. Shoots off the screen. Wall. That's good.
Now they finally connect with their 4th shot of the game.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And Walker kicks to Stevenson. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. Back to Walker. A 3 ball. The shot will not go. And the Wizards now going the other way.
But for Lance, he fell into the right situation in Indiana. A team that was patient, worked with him to help develop his talent. Paul George is in that starring role there for the Pacers for the foreseeable future. And I think Lance perhaps wanted to move on to Charlotte to see how he could handle being the main guy on the team.
Walker against Wall. Outside, Walker goes up the baseline, and that one's hit by Stevenson.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Outside, Wall passes it to Beal. He wants to get it to Nene and does. 16 feet away. That's good.
And they have to mix it up defensively. That was just too easy.
Charlotte trailing. Outside, Walker. Stevenson, a screen on Wall. And Walker pitch to Stevenson. Out to Taylor. Shot clock at 3. Dishes it to Walker. Carries it from 3-point range.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
For Washington, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Nene setting the pick for Wall. Pass to Beal. There's a good screen. And that one comes up a bit short.
Couldn't convert. A nice little 2-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Stevenson, a screen on Wall. Back to Stevenson. 14 feet away. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Stevenson's got 5. Wizards trailed by 4. Now here's Wall. 23 points for him the last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Here's Nene, stolen by Walker. Stevenson drives in. Misses from close range.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Pierce kicks to Beal. To the wing on the left. Here's Nene. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Nene's got his second bucket. Charlotte's gone, just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Now go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
He talked about how they match up with a player like Paul Pierce, saying, he's one of those guys who really does it all at a high level. Defend, score, you name it. I think defensively, we may look to double shot and force other players to make shots. He's one of the greats. You enjoy the challenge of playing against him and just hope you can have enough to win. Guys, we'll see who carries the day.
Thank you, Doris.
Al Jefferson is the mayor of the left block. Has that signature right-handed jump hook which converts from posture to shot. Kind of like a one-handed push. With his size and really high release, it's still hard to get to if you're defending.
Outside, Wall. Kicks it to Webster. Works out with the screen for Webster. To the left side wing. Here's the beast. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Great job. Took it right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left him
his first free throw of the game. Both free throws good from the Beast. Well, the Bobcats then, now Hornets, might have been a little bit late to the analytics movement, but that's going on in the NBA all over the place. And they're full-time on now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
For Washington, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Ball passes to Gorgie. Here's the Beast. That misses, had a chance to tie it there.
And for the Hornets, that's huge, having a bit of a numerical guide as to who to target in free agency because they aren't usually a big player in that respect.
Now, here's Stevenson. He's coming off a 19-point game against the Pistons in Detroit. That's good. 6 points for Al Jefferson.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we've seen.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it. And we know the Hornets definitely aren't as big a player in most free agent markets. They're a small market team. They're usually at the bottom of the league in payroll. They are making the most of what they spend now with their analysis show, trying to level the playing field a little bit.
So for the Wizards, their last game a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
How about the box score from that game? The accuracy from the three-point line, just remarkable.
Yeah, it was a stream of threes that allowed them to repeatedly deflate that crowd.
Now here's Jefferson. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Pistons in Detroit.
And a huge rebounding night as well, really controlling the glass.
Ball with it, now guarded by Stevenson. Webster with the screen for Wall. Now the pass to the Beast. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but true contact, he'll head to the line. It goes on Cody's up.
That's smart basketball. Foul, and he's a very poor free throw shooter to the line.
Yeah, I think that's just smart. I mean, especially the way he's been throwing it down. Make him earn it at the strike.
So an almost entirely new grouping now for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Jefferson. Henderson comes in for Jeff Taylor. Gary Neal's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And Brian Roberts subbed in for Kemba Walker. Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist, averaging 6 points per contest. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And Roberts kicks to Henderson. Shoots a fader. And good. Got the Ingles that time was a ball.
These two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Here is Wall. Right now averaging 17 points a game.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Roberts, covered by Wall. From deep, Neal, a rebound by the Beast. The Beast's got 6 rebounds now in the game. There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter. Miller outside, Wall wide open. Here's the Beast, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, that number could easily go up to double digits before this game is over.
Now here's Henderson. 17 points in his last outing. Tries to keep it alive. Miller outside. 52 seconds left in the first. The dish to Webster. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Henderson. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Hornets lead by 1.
Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. Once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in.
Now, here is Gorgie. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Miller kicks the wall. That's in, coming off an assist from Miller. For Charlotte, they've gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. Master Henderson. And he gets it to go. Henderson Henderson's got the game tied up here for the Hornets. So it's Washington now. Last time they met was in Charlotte, where they beat the Hornets.
And you guys remember that game? They got to the free throw line repeatedly in the third.
Coming up this Thursday night, March 12th, Zach Randolph and the...
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get this. Some changes here for the Hornets. Taylor's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. And Stevenson comes in for Gary Neal. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brian Rogers. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. The Beast is checked in for Blair. Nene comes in for Chris Humphries. Bradley Beal's checked in for Pierce. And John Wall subbed in for Andre Miller. So on the floor for Washington, Deal and Webster out of the group. He's back there with Nene. And it's Wall in at the point guard.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
To the Beast. The Wizards with another miss.
Gerald Henderson certainly helped by the acquisition of Al Jefferson, which created some space for him on the perimeter. He's made great strides with his outside shot over his career.
Zeller dishes to Stevenson. 6 to shoot. Called as he misses, he'll go to the line and shoot 2. And Henderson, a slasher, one of the best wings in the league at working himself to the line.
Also a steady defender too, Kevin, and he has worked on developing his long-range shooting as well. And if he gets that piece, he'll be pretty balanced all around.
Bortons checked in for Nene. All with it. He's picked up by Walker. And Wall kicks to Beal. Off target from outside.
Well, they're not totally dominating the glass, but they're definitely doing enough to keep this lead right where it is.
Well, if you're doing enough good things and you're maintaining at least a slight edge on the boards, you're usually going to be in pretty good shape.
There's the pick. Wall passes to the Beast. Outside, Wall. He kicks it to Beal. And they get it. And another shot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And a chance here to see our rookie watch. The biggest point-producing freshman over the last 10 games. And you look at the Beast. 3rd in the league. He typically dominates out there. He can seemingly score at will.
He gave them a luxury in those games that a lot of teams don't have. Being able to plug a rookie in and know he's going to carry his weight offensively.
Nice to meet you. I'm Picky.
Have a tremendous amount of confidence in him right now.
I never really felt it.
After he was traded to the Wizards, where he was really a great fit alongside that young backcourt.
Stevenson against Beal. Stevenson dishes to Jefferson. And the shot is good.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Walker against Wall. Pass to the Beast. He dishes it to Webster. Borton inside. Out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession.
And an opportunity to check out some stats on Gerald Henderson. How the season's turning out for him. He's around 10 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Those aren't bad numbers, but they're not the kind that are going to earn a lot of extra minutes for him either.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if he wants to play a bigger role, a larger role on the team, those numbers are going to have to be better than just decent.
He started out pretty well in the first quarter, but he has really faltered here in the second.
The Hornets on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Outside, Walker. And Zeller kicks to Henderson. 6 to shoot. Up top, Stevenson. He's covered by Beal. And that one's hit by Stevenson.
Well, as they continue to dominate, you wonder just how much higher this lead might get.
I think it really could get out of hand, and you can credit their defense just as much as their offense for that.
Works out with a screen on Henderson and stolen by Zeller. Walker with it. Now Beal defending. Jefferson setting the pick for Walker. It's Jefferson, top of the key. Walker goes in. That's blocked. There's 38 seconds left here in the second. Outside, Wall. Now the feed to Beal. Or top with a screen on Walker. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Wall's shot is off. And here's Stevenson. Right wing. And Zeller kicks to Stevenson. Shoots from the elbow. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ideal finish to the quarter for them as he drains it at the buzzer.
Boy, I like it.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. But it's ahead, leading by 17. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, no doubting that was a rough second period for you guys. What are they doing that gave you so much trouble?
I mean, really just being on the court seemed to give us a lot of trouble. Honestly, we could have been playing a bunch of traffic codes out there, and they would have gave us trouble out there, man. But we're making mistakes. I just don't know.
Good luck in the second half. Kevin, the visible.
Come on now, guys. We can get back into this game and take these fans out of it. Let's go through that first half. We couldn't get anything going on inside, and those are points we have to have. We've got to spread the floor and get the room we need in the paint so our bigs can go to work down there. I'd also love to see us get our three-point game going. That would really help us trim the deficit. Now let's get some transition buckets.
So far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Stevenson, stuffing the stat sheet, doing all sorts of things. He's got 14 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
Yeah, he's got to take his time behind the arc.
Walker runs the point with Stevenson flanking him. Zeller and Johnson are the bigs. And it's Henderson in at the small forward position. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. Wall passes to Pierce. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Pierce has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Wizards. Outside, Walker. Stevenson outside. He feeds it to Jefferson. Lets it go from 11. That went off the back iron and out. Walker against Wall. Right side to Walker. Henderson dishes to Walker. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Henderson with it. 6 points for him. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down.
And offensively, they have yet to hit a shot. Slow start here to the second half.
Outside Pierce. All against Walker. The Beast passes to Beal. Unloads from 13. And he wheels that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that thing.
Jeff Taylor, he's checked in for Gerald Henderson.
Before we get a chance to check out some stats on Jimmy Walker, some tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 12th in assists, 12th in steals. You know, when he gets to the free throw line, he makes the most of it. He's ranked in the top 20 in free throw percentage.
And how about this terrific passing display he's put on, Steve? I mean, as this place on the assist chart shows, if you get to the right spot, he'll find you. That's what he takes pride in.
picked up by Walker. Pierce with a screen for Wall. There's the pick. Taylor against Beal. Here's the beast. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot two. Let's quickly take a look at the standings out east. The season nearly complete. Taking a look at Charlotte. Right now the sixth best record in the conference. Looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. And of course the Wizards. And they're down 4 spots from them.
Checking out Washington, they just haven't shown the kind of toughness and resilience I expected to see from them this year. Whenever they face some adversity, they haven't been able to fight through it.
Which is really the difference between good teams and great teams. There's always going to be adversity for everybody. It's how you fight through it that really defines who you are as a team.
Jefferson against Wall. And the lead is down inside single digits. Wall's got 7.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Got good looks. They've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Stevenson setting the pick for Walker. Back to Stevenson. Dishes to Jefferson. Got it from 16 feet. 11 points in the game.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving him too much size to be effective inside.
Agreed. As long as Bonds' outside shot will be hard to block, no matter who's on it.
Andre Miller's checked in for Beal. And Lance Stevenson picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Roberts checked in. Outside, Wall. Kicks it to Miller. The pass to Nene. Let's go. Second shot opportunity. Here's the beast. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Stevenson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Here's the dish to Neal. Feeds it to Roberts. Stevenson outside. 5 to shoot. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Jefferson. Some solid defense there by Nene.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And Wall. Here we go now. And Jefferson with the block.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
You know, the teardrop sometimes is one of those, oh no, oh yeah, shot.
Wizards trailed by 12.
Gary Neal, a 6'4" shooter, played 3 seasons with the Spurs. And before that, a long time in Europe. Deep range on his shot. He's able to hit from a standstill or on the move.
And Roberts kicks to Stevenson. Here's Zeller. Right now averaging 7 points a game. There's Neal with the 3. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence. Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
And so here's Charlotte. 17 points was their biggest margin. And Neal, the combo guard size, but he's more of a shooter than a playmaker.
Yeah, and you know, he does better defending shooting guards in most matchups as well, Kevin, but the offensive end, I think, is where he makes his mark, and that's what you focus on with Gary Neal. He's going to give you scoring.
Here's the screen. And Wall kicks to Pierce. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Pierce has got it back down to within single digits for the Wizards. Charlotte shooting around 41% on the night. Roberts dishes to Stevenson. Here's Zeller. Drills the baseline jumper. Zeller's got his second bucket. Here's Washington. They're on a 14-6 run. Nene setting the pick for Wall. Pass to Nene. Back to Wall. Into Nene. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on Al Jefferson.
Nene, I think, an underrated defensive player. Not a big shot blocker. He has tremendous size and strength. He can move laterally. So he can really move, cover the pick and roll, and switch on to guards, an effective defender.
Taylor's checked in for Charlotte. And a switcher also for Washington. Artell Webster, he's checked in for Paul Pierce. Jefferson, a screen on Wall. Roberts passes to Zeller. Now here's Taylor. Webster covering. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there.
And Nene, for his size and agility, at times somewhat disappointing in terms of rebounding the ball. Throughout his career, actually, his rebound rate has fallen steadily over the last few years. Maybe injuries are factoring that, but they do need more from him on the glass. You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Charlotte. We talk about the subtle decline for Nene. His scoring efficiency, Steve, also taking a turn for the worse over the last couple seasons.
Yeah, still in his early 30s. You know, age shouldn't be that big a factor for a big man, but I guess it's the accumulation of all those injuries, including his knee sprain last season, that may be taking a toll.
Hornets leading by 6. Passes it to Neal. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Neal's got 4 points this quarter. Washington's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Outside, Wall. It's stolen by Jefferson. Here's Neal, covered by Wall. And he gets it to go. And now it's a 10-point Hornets lead.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
Gortat with the screen for Wall. There's a screen by Gortat. And Wall kicks to Gortat. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Webster for 3. Jefferson with the rebound. The Hornets have run since the 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Jefferson is screen on Wall. Roberts dishes to Neal. Roberts passes to Henderson. And Roberts kicks to Henderson. That one wide left.
What was the defense doing there? He is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Wall attacking. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
So, Kevin, Michael Kidd built this team,
Good work.
but he's got everything else in the
All right, you're up.
12 seconds left in the third. Here's Beal. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Beal's got his third basket of the night right there.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
There's Walker with the... Oh, he got it! Oh, buzzer!
Knock it down! Right at the horn! Oh, 3 points right there at the end of the quarter. Only about...
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our state.
You know you are right on the money with that pass. Look at that. Perfectly timed.
Taking a look at the Wizards. The Beast, he's in at center. Beal teams up with Pierce on the perimeter. Andre Miller is up there with Nene. Outside, Pierce. Shot clock at 6. Beal gets a wide open look. Carries it from three-point range. Beal's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Wizards. Hornets leading by 11. Left side, Walker. He kicks it to Henderson. But he stays with it. Another shot. Rebound, Washington.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Beal, the pass to Miller. Here's the Beast. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Having their way down low.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And Washington has its hands full trying to guard against Jefferson.
He's got 10 rebounds and 2 steals as well.
He's just been making one play after another, from one baseline to the other, covering the whole court.
Full throttle up and down the court. He has not let up one bit.
Miller, the pass to the Beast. Good. And Miller gets the assist. Miller's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, after a horrible half of shooting, they bounced back here in the second half and picked up their shooting percentage quite nicely.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Here's Jefferson. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
Miller does a lot of things well on the floor, but he's really a long-range shooter, so he needs the ball in his hands to be effective in your offense.
John Wall's checked in for Washington. But Andre Miller's such a great passer. You want the ball in his hands.
He's a really good decision maker. Perhaps one of the best lob passers we've had in the league in a long time. He is truly a point guard. Thinks and feels the game as a quarterback.
Walker with it. He's picked up by Wall. And Walker kicks to Anderson. A fader. And he gets it to go. And the Hornets lead by 12.
When he gets the fadeaway to go, I'd still rather see him go straight up.
Nene with the screen on Walker. Wall passes it to the Beast. At the Wall. Off target from three-point range.
He's still looking for his first 3-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
Stevenson dishes to Walker. Back to Stevenson. Right side Jefferson. And it's blocked. Beal the pass to the Beast. Into Nene. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
And it's Walker penetrating. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for sure.
I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've just continued to shoot well.
They've worked hard to get the ball into the low post tonight as well, and it's paid off.
It's tipped. And here we go. Washington fast break. Wall's running. That's good.
Okay, that's more like it. A nice job here in the second. And their field goal percentage is way up compared to what they did in the first half, when they shot a very low percentage. It actually was just above 30%.
Jefferson, that's for 2. Here's with the rebound.
Well, you have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
And it's Beal in the corner. Here's the Beast. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Zeller's got 8 rebounds in this game. Henderson kicks to Walker. And count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
I love what they're doing, trying to put the hammer down, attacking the basket when they can. Kemba Walker, quick, great handle on the ball. He's a blur in transition. And what I like about him is always looking to push the tempo for easy baskets. And he's tough, not afraid of the moment.
And Walker tough to stay in front of, but yet Clark has become a great finisher around the rim.
Well, you know, you have to be able to do that at his size. He's listed at 6'1", which I think is really generous. He's more 5'10"-ish, 5'11", and he understands that's an area that he has to continue to expand and add to the potent offensive player he's capable of.
Jefferson set the pick for Walker. Stevenson dishes to Henderson. That 3 off the mark. Wizards trailed by 10. It's Pierce on the wing. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
He's doing his best to carry him, fellas, but he can only do so much. Things would be different for them if he was getting a little more help.
And here's Walker. On the wing, Stevenson. 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Jefferson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, the Wizards very high on their young, athletic backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. Both so young and lively. They can run the floor and score. I get the feeling they feel like the backcourt is really the foundation for this franchise moving forward.
Nene with the screen on Walker. Outside, Wall. To the left side wing. On deep. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Beal with his breakout Zeller shooting a nice compliment to John Wall.
You know, you watch
Nice to meet you. I'm Pick-You.
He's best really attacking off the dribble with Beal spacing the floor. I think they make a nice 1-2 punch.
And there's the feet, the Wall. Here's for 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So happy. Henderson passes to Zeller. Now Walker. Stevenson setting the pick for Walker. Screen by Jefferson. Walker goes in. Use that pick to get in close. Walker's got 5 points now this quarter.
Drop that one in as soft as a feather using the finger roll.
Wizards trailed by 14. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
The 9-foot shot. That one a little long. Hornets have gotten just over 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. There's a good screen. Jefferson kicks to Anderson. Charlotte moving the ball around. And he's able to get it back. Rebounded by the Beast. Wizards have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. And the shot's good from Nene. Hornets lead by 12. Outside, Walker. Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Puts up the baby hook, and he gets it to go. Jefferson's got 11 in the second half.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the Wizards. Need to clog those lanes in the middle much more effective.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Wall attacking, and he makes good on the layup.
And his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
And let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
I was able to listen in on what Steve Clifford was going over with his team. He told the players, let's put our foot on them and keep them down. We've got them exactly where we want them. I want to see you guys slow the pace, use the clock, and stay away from any silly fouls.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
It's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
That's good from Walker.
And Washington has its hands full trying to guard against Walker.
15 points, and the 3-pointers have been dropping for him. He's got 3 of them.
Well, as long as he's continuing to make them, I think they should make him more of a focal point of this offense.
The shot is good, and the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Nene.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
And Walker kicks to Jefferson. Tries from 10. Misses off the right iron.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
It's Wall with the try. Here's against Henderson. Pierce dishes to Beal. Here's the Beast. The shot from the low post is good. The Beast's got 13 points here in the second half alone. Here's Walker. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Stevenson. Now here's Wall. He feeds it to Beal. Here's for 3. A rebound by Jefferson. Jefferson
like this, and what an incredible game out of nowhere it was for Al Jefferson. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see he was a difference maker.
That free throw good from the Beast. Both teams will make substitutions. Both free throws good from the Beast. 17 seconds left in the game. Here's Roberts. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in the...
Well, Gerald, we all...
Yo, I go.